G'day guys, welcome to GJBricks. I'm Greg. Now, today I'm going to show you my petrol station MOC, which you will have seen from the thumbnail. You will notice that it's not quite your usual petrol station. Now, I have a bit of a history with this one. This is actually based on the petrol station, service station set that was out a couple of years ago, which I was a big fan of. I thought it was a really good set. You can check out my review in the corner. But didn't really fit my city. I don't have a big space for a city, so I started to rework it and make it into, I wanted to make it into a bit more modular. And then, the original version of this I did actually filled up a full 32 by 32 base plate. It was quite big. I was going to do an apartment and whatever else. And then this time I was doing like my brick built roads that you saw in my last city update, and decided that what I wanted to do was actually, there was a small space, I could put a little park in there or something like that, but I was thinking, no, I'm going to put the petrol station there. I'm going to make that work. So I started building this small petrol station. Then I was like, what can I do? I want to make it a bit bigger. I don't just want to have a little tiny piddly thing. I'd seen a MOC someone had done of like an apartment block on top of a petrol station and things like that. It was like very much like ones you get in Europe, which was, I liked it. It was a good idea. But then I was kind of having a bit of fun. I put one on, put like the middle level on it, and then I was like, what can I do that's a bit different? So I thought, what this really needs is spaceships. Needs spaceships. So I decided the top floor was going to be a spaceship refueling center. Just small spaceships, not like proper big ones, but just a bit of fun. I can do some fuel tanks. I can do a few things. Things you don't usually do in a petrol station. It's just a bit of fun. I can do this one. I can do, with the sci-fi things. I can put pipes everywhere. So let's have a look at it and I'll show you. Here's my service station MOC. You can see top level is for refueling spaceships. Middle level here that you can't see yet, but I'll show you in a minute, is the offices. And then down here is the traditional petrol station. Now, I put the sign that used to be like a big step over here on the side here. I thought this was kind of different and kind of finished off the side. I should say I don't have anything for the other side. I might have to get some more parts to actually build out the second side of it to complete it. But I made good use of the octane pieces all over it. You'll see the octane fuel tank on the top here as well. This is from the 60052 train. We've got a Porsche refilling in there. We've got Benny's spaceship up here, his little spaceship up here. Looks like we've got little GJBricks at the back there helping to do the refueling. We've got the attendant down here with the shop behind there. So I've kept a few parts of the original set. So you'll notice that like the shop there, all the glass and the stripes and things like that are all from the original set. Obviously this is all of the original hoarding from the original petrol station. The actual fuel tanks, the petrol geyser here is the original one, but the supports on top here, I had to beef them up. I did find a couple of times where I kind of knocked it and everything just fell apart. So I put this brace in here and it's so much stronger. So I'm going to take you on a little tour of each level here. I think that's the best way to do it. It is a fully modular thing, so everything comes apart. I've just put a scene together here with a couple of cars on it just to show you what it looks like. So let's start off with the bottom floor. Getting as up close and personal as I can here. You can see I've tiled everything through here. I've got the portion here. I've got the support on the back here. So I needed to make it have enough strength on here to support the landing pad. So I've just used this white beam just to fill it in. I would like to make that a little bit more sturdy that way. So I think I'm going to have to add a bit of bracing just under here just to make this have a bit more horizontal support. The stairs going up here. Now I will take suggestions from people. I feel like there could be something in these gaps here. I don't like them, so if you've got any suggestions as to what maybe I could put in there to fill this area in, let me know. I'd be happy to know. I was thinking maybe a little sort of sweet vending machine perhaps, or some kind of other vending machine. Nothing rude please, although this is a general interest channel. Joke never gets old, except it's already old. I did keep the green refueling station on the back here. I didn't, because this is like this way round, I had to put it somewhere here. It couldn't be over here. So I tucked it in there because I thought it made sense. Because, we all know that the environmentally friendly cars are all ugly and small. Sadly, I'd like to know why that is. I really would. I don't want them to be ugly and small. I'd actually like them to be nice, so I want to buy one. In here we've got my original drink slushy machine, which basically fills up most of the shop, but I wanted to keep it because I'm pretty proud of how that looks. We got some of the bottles from the original set there, and the shelving that was next to the counter is there. I have kept the counter as well. It's not quite the original one. I've put a computer on there with the keyboard, just so it's sort of this nice narrow slip so it fits in there, and everything's tiled in there. That's what I just wanted to keep that simple. It didn't need too much. I did think about putting a few more things in the shop, but I think that was enough really to keep it busy. You'll notice it's a little bit tight going through here, but it is actually big enough for the Speed Champions cars, so it's fine. We can get away with that one. And I've kept it a street side one here for the days when they're really busy, so that cars can pull up on the outside here and refill. I couldn't think of a better solution because it's a half plate, so I kind of liked keeping it there. I felt more balanced having the two, so I kept it that way. I don't think it's too bad. I would love to have come up with a better solution, but in the space, like the only way to make it work in the space is to actually get rid of the actual vending bit here, but that's not going to happen. So let's move on to the next level. That's it. It's a very small level, as you can tell. It's just the stairs come up. We've got the octane sign. I had a bit of fun actually trying to make this sturdy enough, so you'll see how it's the original plate here, and then I've put another line of bricks behind it, and it's actually pretty sturdy now. So before I was just using some small some of the sort of tall white pillars, and it just wasn't working the way I wanted it to. I kept knocking it over. The door opens not quite all the way. Again, I feel like this could do with something on the edging. I didn't want to put plates on there. I just think it was a bit naff, so I'm considering taking that out completely and putting in some kind of a fence, perhaps some kind of a railing, maybe. But I also kind of like how the white looks, so maybe it just needs something to finish off the top, maybe just a green stripe or a red stripe perhaps. I'm not sure. Got a really simple office there, which you can see when it's on. Got a really simple office here that looks out over the actual forecourt and up onto the landing pad on top. Again, I've kept it really simple. It's quite a small space, so it's just a coffee cup and magazine there. It's actually reading. It looks like the it looks like the Daily Prophet from Harry Potter. So yeah, it's good to see a bit of a crossover there into Muggle land. And again, just very simple. I think I can probably put a little bit more detail in here. I was thinking maybe a picture on the wall or something like that. I just didn't have the parts in my bin at the moment, so I'm going to have to bricklink those. And again, the stairs are coming up here. Now these stairs are actually joined into this wall here. Just keep it nice and tight. So it doesn't come apart. That's pretty solid there. And then if I bring back in the bottom level here, you can see just how that sits nice and snugly on there. I think that works really well personally. So you can see that is on there perfectly. The office is looking down over the forecourt here. I think that works really well. Now this side here is very plain because this is going to be against another building. So, and this one here, I'm not sure yet if this is going to be against another building or something else. I haven't decided yet, so left it like that for now. Maybe that will change. Let's move on to the floor you all really want to see, which is the top floor. Now the one downside of this design is I do have to take this off when I take it off, because if I had it where it was, if it was too low it would hit the cars. If I have it too high it just looks daft. The cars can't actually see it. So I went with this approach to actually make it detachable. Now here's the landing pad. So let's start off with this side here. Now if you know the set originally, it had 3 of these in there. Now I've actually used one of them for something else and I can't remember what. I think it's over there in my Ninjago center, but I had a load of these ones, so I've put 2 of these in, 2 of these in, and then this is the area where the spaceships can land. I just thought it made sense to have this kind of as an open space, and just the red dots around there just for the landing lights. We've got a little area here which is like a waiting area. I'm thinking to have again like some sort of little mini vending machine perhaps next to it, just in this corner, just so they've got something to get their pastries from and things like that. Got a small control panel over here. This is what actually does the refueling. Does need a hose or something, I think. I was actually considering doing a little like robot that could walk out and attach things to the vehicles. Could be fun. Then there's the aerials there. And then we get down to this whole refinery area here. I don't know why, but for some reason this felt very sci-fi to kind of do this. These gas canisters here, we've got like the tank up here, we've got a small gas cylinder down there with a shut-off valve. This just felt really kind of futuristic and sci-fi. We've got a pressure gauge there with a warning light. So, these guys are taking this pretty seriously. We've got a crystal up here as well, which is obviously converting normal petrol into what rockets actually need. I think that's important that, you know, they get obviously their diamond powered fuel. This is kind of a very illegal build technique I've used to join these two things together. I haven't seen how other people have done it, but yeah, I'll show you how I've done that in another video. I'm not going to do it here. Needless to say, it's not right, but it works really, really well. I don't know if they do under pieces of those, but I just had, they were on the pick a brick wall, so I just got a stack of them because I thought I could do things like that with it, and I was right. So I've just used some piping here just to kind of make it all join together. Could do with a bit more piping. I'd like to add more in. I actually did again run out of kind of parts to join all these things together, and another one of these yellow would be good to replace that brown one before anyone says it. So yeah, again, petrol tank from the 60052 train. I thought it looked quite good for this, just to kind of finish off that area. I didn't originally have this sort of second layer on this level, but I think actually when I put it in, it really finished this area off and gave it that really kind of nice sci-fi industrial feel I wanted. I think it do a little bit more detailing in here. So again, let me know in the comments what you think about that, but I think it just needs a little bit more work in it. I'd love your feedback to let me know what you think. But yeah, that's it. So let's bring the actual petrol station back together, and I'll put it all together so you can see how it works. So putting this back together, it all goes together pretty neatly. So this sits perfectly on there. It's a good way of lining it up. That just sits there, and then this just attaches onto that cross strut there. So you can see, easy to go back together, and then just put a rocket on there. So there's Benny's little spaceship. So that is my electric petrol station MOC. Hope you enjoyed my petrol station, service station, space refueling MOC. I've been a lot of fun making it. I'm happy with where it's at now. I do want to do a bit more work on it, but it's good for right now. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you thought it was absolutely awesome. Love the idea of the refueling spaceships and things like that. Or if you think it's a steaming pile of beep, just general interesting there. Make sure you write that down in the comments as well, and don't forget to give the video a like so YouTube knows you enjoyed it, and if you disliked it, tell them that too, because that's good for the video as well. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. I post regularly, and don't forget to share this video everywhere. And follow me on GJBricks.com. I'm on Facebook as GJBricks. I have an Instagram channel, GJ_Bricks. I'm on Twitter as GJBricks. All the links are here. Just look at that, and down underneath the video and things like that. Anyway, I'm going to stop now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. And here's a couple more I think you will enjoy. I will see you again very soon.